3 and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Long Joe gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. Everywhere. We got big wrecks here. Going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
He's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.
Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's gonna get to the bumper. Just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Sikenis is gonna win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the All-Star Racing Cup Series here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. As always, I'm your host, JoeTowNetwork. Alongside me tonight, the always entertaining, the always willing to roll the dice, Mr. Tommy Bordeaux. Tommy, welcome back to Sin City.
Well, thanks, Joe. Good evening to you, and good evening to all the fans at home for what should be a pretty fun race here tonight at Las Vegas. I'm telling you, you mentioned it. It's all about rolling the dice, taking a gamble, all in. You might fold. So anything could happen for these drivers here at the start of a new round. Plenty to play for here on the table for all these drivers. Man, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And Vegas is the only track in this round of 12, Tommy, that is not a wild card. Next week, we're going to be heading to Talladega on Wednesday night, and the following week, we're going to be heading to the Charlotte Roval. So tonight might just be everyone's best chance to lock themselves into that round of 8 and maybe make the next 2 weeks a little easier.
Yeah, Joe, as far as track type is concerned, you mentioned it. With a super speedway and road course coming up next, anything could happen. We saw some craziness. And, of course, this round in the real NASCAR Cup Series season. And, of course, here at the All-Star Racing Cup Series, perhaps the same coming soon.
Well, last week's guy that was really fast last week and didn't, capitalize on that speed, but was running really strong. One at Richmond, Todd Wilson in this 11. He's going to roll off second, Tommy, but who's taking on the pole, and how's our starting grid looking?
Well, Joe, we got a pretty big entry list tonight. It's going to be Billy WB in the 6th car taking his pole tonight. Up there with a great lap time of 27.907 seconds. Congratulations to him. Cool to see a new face on the front row, at least on the broadcast side of things. To his outside, though, Todd Wilson, that 11 team, they've got a lot of speed pretty much everywhere they go, and tonight I suspect no different. They'll line up in 2nd place. Then it's going to be Nick Curry in that 2 car. Came away with the win last week at Bristol, and now starting 3rd here tonight in the 2. Randy Watt at his outside. Randy had a difficult race at Bristol, but looking to rebound here tonight at Las Vegas. Tyler Hunter, Landy Pavlon there, making up row number 3. Mike Ireland also had a good race at Bristol. DC88, Dave Chin to his outside, making up row 4. GA98, Dominator making their first start here tonight in the 99. They make up row number 5 in your starting top 10. Then we have further down the field HUD, Postal, Jeremy Menifee, Parkin, Johnson, Slingshot, and Too Fast Todd rounding out the field of 17 drivers here tonight.
17 drivers. We're going to go for 90 laps in total. Stage 1 to the completion of lap 20. Stage 2 to the completion of lap 42. And we'll award points, of course, at those stage breaks. And these drivers in the playoffs, it's a tough round, and it's a tight, uneasy confines here in the round of 12. Into the race, of course, with the reset, we have tie right on the bubble between Postal and the 98 of Greg Artwip. And then you have Slingshot, Billy WB, who's starting on pole, and HUD. They're all 1 point out coming into tonight's event. Really, the only guy that seems like he's the guy that's pretty much safe, barring 2 really bad runs, would be that 11 of ASR Todd Wilson. He's 110 points to the good on the cutoff. So definitely a lot of points for that 11 team to work with as we move throughout the playoffs, but things are going to get tighter and tighter, and maybe they're a team that tries to roll the dice here tonight, Tommy.
Yeah, it'd be worth it for them to at least try something. Like you mentioned, that points gap looks like that's probably not going to go away on them anytime soon, so they could take a couple risks and try and bring home the trophy tonight.
That, of course, was your CircleBDiecast.com race preview. Head on over to CircleBDiecast.com right now. Use code JTN at checkout on your order of $20 or more, and you will receive free shipping. And you also help support us right here on JTN. Field is taking up their starting positions on the back straightaway. We wait for the command. A little gun shy tonight on the command, huh?
Yeah, a little sketchy here. You never know when it's going to happen. It just kind of increases the intensity for these drivers, just waiting for it.
Drivers, start your engine!
Man, we fire up these 17 stock racing automobiles. That was a weird way to say it, but I did it. Did it anyway. Billy WB, Todd Wilson, row 1, Nicholas Curry, Randy Waugh in row number 2. Rounding out your top 5 will be that 70 of Tyler Hunter. Pace car gonna make the hard left turn down the pit lane. Hands over control of the field to the 6th Busch Light Ford Mustang of Billy WB. Green flag, we're underway here from Las Vegas.
Well, here we go. Let's see what that 6 team can do up front. Nick Curry behind him gets a good restart, able to go to the inside of Todd Wilson down in turns 1 and 2. Remember, Nick Curry trying to show that they can battle with Todd Wilson. That time, really close to Billy WB, had to get out of it there.
Was battling the car there, coming off the corner, going to lose the 2nd position that he gained there on the restart. Curry moves back to 3rd. Single file up front, it's Billy WB, about 2 car lengths of a lead over Todd Wilson. That 11 car getting really tight off the corner. Back there, the 6 leads lap 1, and the rest of the field is single file.
Remember last week how loose that 11 was off the corner of Bristol. Looks like that car's set up a little snug so far, especially on the exit turns. You can see him kind of washing up the racetrack there. I'm sure that's something they're going to be working on tonight during their pit stops. For this 11 team, you know, typically we see them at the front of the field, and it's no surprise yet, but depending on whether or not they miss that setup early on, they could have their hands full.
Yeah, and talk about it, that's got to be frustrating for a driver, right? You worked on the setup for the last hour in practice here. If we break the little bit of immersion, the boys back at the shop were working hard on the race car, turning the wrenches, and you fire off really tight, really bad on corner exit. That's the one place you don't want to be bad at one of these mile and a halves.
Yeah, so important to get good runs out of that exit. But how about our pole sitter, Billy WB in that 6 car, able to start pulling away from this field a little bit. Really good run out of that 6 team.
And a lot of grip here, this version of Las Vegas, so a good pull, like you said, about 3 to 4 car lengths, maybe 5 now, over the 11 of Todd Wilson, as that 11 continues to try to, maybe he's just trying to go up towards that wall, Tommy.
Yeah, maybe he knows something we don't about that middle line in 1 and 2 at least. Tries to get down close to that apron, might have hit it just a little bit.
Ooh.
Almost got into the wall. That allows Nick Curry to get to his inside.
Carlton Construction Camaro of Curry goes on by Randy Waugh in that 21, looking to roll a little bit better than the Tide did this past weekend. He's up to 3rd. I had
Indeed,
to.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that'll be looking for good comebacks in the Waugh household. He's one of them. Had a kind of poor week at Bristol, but rebounding pretty nicely so far.
Wilson back outside the top 5 after that slip-up a lap or so ago. Mike Ireland in that 0-0 running pretty good here tonight as well, Tommy.
He's been sneakily good pretty much everywhere we go, Joe. We've interviewed him the past couple of times just because they've been able to capitalize on some, well, misfortune of others and have good finishes themselves. I mean, that's what it's going to take to get through to the next round of these playoffs, and certainly that 0-0 team doing a fine job taking advantage of the situations presented to them.
A little bit of contact there with Ireland on the outside, Dave Chin in that 88. Chin goes on by. in that Bryant Motorsports Auto Sales Chevrolet Camaro. Back up front, Nick Curry trying to pull closer to that number 6 of Billy WB. That 2 car also starting to look a little tight off the corner.
A little bit, and if you're one of these guys up front looking at that, I mean, I know from experience here at Las Vegas, it can be tricky when you have a super loose race car and you're trying to hold on to it, especially on restarts when the tires are cold. So I can understand the thought of wanting to be maybe a little bit more on the tight side, but the problem is you're going to give up some later in a run when those tires wear, and that could be a real handful for these guys to hold on to, not in the loose sense, but in the tight sense, going up next to the wall. But I'll tell you what, that 2 car still has a lot of speed.
A lot of speed in that 2 car. Top 5 have pretty much broken away from the rest of the field. There's a decent-sized gap from that 11 of Todd Wilson. He's kind of straggler on these top 4. It's Billy WB, Nick Curry, Randy Waugh, and Tyler Hunter. Hunter trying to look to the inside of Waugh for 3rd.
Back in the field a little bit here. There goes HUD to the inside of Landy Pavlin there. That 68 car kind of got up out of the groove, and HUD's going to make the move down the back straightaway. The 4 team, of course, they've had some tough luck in recent races, but they're looking to turn it around. Seems like they have pretty good speed on longer runs especially, and the gnarly team is looking for a good finish tonight. They can use it.
Could definitely use a good finish here tonight. All right, there was a spider right in front of my face up here in the booth. I don't, the Cup Series, the NASCAR Cup Series was only here a few weeks ago. You'd think that the spiders wouldn't have moved in.
Well, you should hope so, but hey, that's the reality. You never know what's going to happen, what you're going to get. Todd Wilson able to make the move on Randy Waugh. He takes back 4th position, so Todd Wilson on his march back up towards the front of the field, Joe.
On his march back up to the front of the field, but these guys in front of him, they got a lot of speed. We know that the 11, the 70, and the 2 work together very well, especially the 11 and the 2, so wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe similar setups on those 2 race cars here tonight. And we're starting to see that speed later in the run come to those 2 drivers.
Certainly, and they've been picking it up a little bit here, still running some pretty close lap times to what their best of the race have been, and that's good to see that you're not falling off too much. Tire fall off can really kill some drivers' momentum on these long runs and just force them to back up their corners, but if you're able to still, consistently run those good times, that's a good time in itself.
I always like to have a good time.
Most certainly, and they've got a lot of good times coming up here on JTN in the coming week, don't we, Joe?
Oh, heck yeah, we do. Tomorrow night, join myself and Ricky Collette for the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from the Texas Motor Speedway. Then, like we mentioned at the top of the show, it's Talladega next Wednesday night, All-Star Racing Cup Series action there. Bomb Squad Cup Series at Kansas the following night, All-Star Racing at the Roval, and Bomb Squad Cup at Martinsville. All those races, of course, live only on JTN.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. It's a good lineup there.
We're gonna have a.
I'm especially excited for the Roval. Being a road course guy, I can't wait to see these guys wheeling it around there and see how they do. Meanwhile, back here at Las Vegas, the top 4 pretty much under a blanket at this point.
Throw that blanket out there. That's a pretty small blanket.
Yeah, not very big. Only covers a couple cars within a couple of tenths of each other.
Now, as this run goes on, we've kind of seen them group back together, Tommy. Is that the guys out front losing some speed, or some speed coming to those guys that were maybe a little bit slower at the start of the run?
I'd say it's a little bit of both ways. Those leaders, especially look at Billy WB up there, the pole sitter, that he's going to be driving hard to try and keep that top spot. Meanwhile, these guys behind them, they were able to kind of use that draft off these guys up front. Even at 1.5 miles, you can still get that draft advantage, and it'll help you kind of back up your corners a little bit, not use the tires up too much, use your car up too much, and save a little bit for later in the run.
And we're coming up on the end of this first run. Stage 1 ends at the completion of lap 20, so coming up on the end of the stage here, Tommy. Things might get a little crazy. Billy in the 6 car, we talked about it. He's 1 point out coming into tonight's event. It's really tight on that bubble, and getting these stage points early in the round are definitely going to help if he can hold on to the stage victory here, as that car got a little loose off the corner.
Oh yeah, it's going to be crucial, and he's doing everything he needs to do right now. Not only has he won the pole, but he's led some laps, and that's good to have those points in his pocket. And whether he wins this stage or not, he's definitely going to get some good stage points out of this one. 2 to go this time by. I think that a white flag actually this time.
Final lap in the stage. Billy WB still out front. Nicholas Curry right behind him. Tyler Hunter, Todd Wilson, Randy Waugh has fallen off a cliff. He's kind of the in-betweener right now between the lead pack and the rest of the field. Coming off of turn number 4. Green-white checkered flag in the air. Billy WB going to take it home here in Las Vegas.
Well, a good start for that 6 team, Joe. They're doing what they need to do to score points here. And I'm sure they're going to be very pleased at that result for them. Getting some good playoff points as well as stage points. That's really going to aid them in making up that, albeit minor, deficit.
We'll get a chance to talk with Billy after pit stops here as we get ready for the start of stage number 2. Everyone's coming to pit road, right? We just ran 20 laps under green.
No doubt in my mind. I don't think it's going to be quite like Bristol, where we have people staying out under these stage cautions and, possibly, impacting the strategy for the long run there. But I would be surprised if anyone stayed out, I think. Especially because the fuel numbers wouldn't take you to the end of stage 2 anyway.
And the way the stages are broken up here tonight, you're outside of the fuel window to make it to the end of the race, about 50 laps there for that final run to the end. So we're definitely, if things continue like they were here through stage 1, could be looking at green flag pit stops, and that's always, someone always makes a mistake on those green flag pit stops. And if you're going to stay out to lead a lap, slingshot as well. Watch the rest of the field come down the pit lane. 4 tires and Sunoco race fuel is what we're hearing from most of these guys down on the pit lane. Some considering the strategy, roll the dice here, but I don't think now's not the time to push all your chips in.
I don't think it is just yet here. You're just out of this thing. You've got a good opportunity here to set yourself into some good points back in that first stage. Now you're looking ahead at the second stage here. You don't want to get behind on strategy and kind of be off sequence than other guys, and maybe you get caught a lap down. Either way, here we go. Race off of pit road. Looks like Billy Bob WB is going to get that lead off there.
Ryan Johnson around that Dave Shin making contact with the 59. Other than that, a pretty calm set of pit stops. Tommy, why don't you try dialing up our stage 1 winner?
And here he is, driver the number 6, stage 1 winner, Billy Bob. You got a copy? It's me, Bordeaux, with the JTN booth.
Yep, I got you, Joe.
Well, a good run for you from pole, able to lead all of those laps and win stage 1. That's a big momentum shift for you. You get a lot of good stage points, obviously helping your playoff chances. Talk about what you're going to do now. Try and stay up front for stage 2, or maybe try and take it a little bit easy here.
What I'm going to try to do is keep the fenders on. That's all I'm trying to do.
Well, Billy, talk about we broadcast the Truck Series race here in June. From Las Vegas, and you brought home that second place finish that night. It was a really strong run. What do you like so much here about the Las Vegas Motor Speedway?
I tell you what, I'm not liking tonight. I'm not liking 3 and 4. That bump there is giving me fits, and I don't know what. Sometimes it affects me, sometimes it doesn't. I don't understand. But it's a fast track,
It'll go, and that 6 car is humming here tonight, Billy. Congratulations on the Stage 1 victory, getting those points, the playoff point. Good luck here for Stage 2, trying to make it a clean sweep on the stages here tonight.
Appreciate it.
Billy Bob, your Stage 1 winner. He called you Joe. That's pretty funny.
I'm honored. I'm flattered, to be honest with you. But one thing, Joe, that he mentioned was that bump in 3 and 4. That's some good inside information there from the drivers themselves, giving some of these guys problems.
Yeah, a lot of times when we go to Las Vegas, the drivers talk about the bump in turn 1 where the tunnel is for the transporters to get into the track, right? There's a really bad bump down there, but you heard about that bump down in turns 3 and 4. That's break the immersion. Break the immersion real quick. Some tracks here in NR 2003 kind of have those bumps at weird parts with the way the track builders make them, right? Bristol last week was a very big example of one that I think everybody knows. Something like that, not surprising, not out of the realm of possibility, especially with, like Billy said, it's completely random when it hits you. So going to be something to watch for tonight while we go through turns 3 and 4 to see if maybe a guy's trying to make a move. He hits that bump and maybe can't correct the mistake there and either takes himself out or takes a couple of cars with him. Race cars on the pit lane. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing to start stage number 2. Billy WB, Tyler Hunter, Nick Curry, your top 3 for the restart. We're back underway.
Yeah, and Todd Wilson sitting back there in 4th. Didn't have the greatest stage number 1, but was able to hang with that pack up in the lead at the end of it. So we know he's going to be around this race. Don't think just because he didn't have the greatest start, he's not going to be there at the finish. But he's got some work to do. He's got some cars to get through. And thus far, Joe, really liking the speed I'm seeing out of that 6 car.
Really liking the speed out of the 6, but really liking the speed out of this 70 Tyler Hunter. He's to the inside. He's to the lead. Saw the 6 maybe make some contact with the outside wall, getting really loose there. Tyler Hunter, he started 5th on the night. He's been able to go in. Billy Bob's in the wall.
Oh, no! Oh, and now he's going to back into the inside wall hard on the back straightaway. And unfortunately for that 6 team, our Stage 1 winner, Stage 2 starting disastrously.
A lot of damage on the rear of that car. You saw it live. You'll see it again as Bristol fetches our replay.
Boy, and I know he wanted to keep fenders on it. Unfortunately, right there, Joe. Not doing what he set out to do in Stage 2.
Heavy
Tough
lick.
break.
What did you see happen there, Tommy?
Well, you know, he was already... This whole thing started a little bit there, coming out of turn number 4, really. He got kind of... might have hit that bump that he was talking about. Got out of the groove a little bit, kind of touched the wall, lost a lot of momentum, and then, as a result, was stuck on the outside line. And actually looked like he got just maybe a little bit of contact, but I think that was after he was already starting to maybe get a little loose and sideways in turn number 2.
Oh, Billy and crew might need that good cold pack of Busch Ice or Busch Light here tonight after the event, after that heavy lick. Drink responsibly. Tommy, it was this past weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series and Xfinity Series headed to the Charlotte Roval, and now fans of JTN, you can check out this week's edition of the Fake Racers podcast with myself, Mr. Matthew Steelman, and Davey Hazard, both of which, those two boys were at the Roval. I know you had plans with Matt, and he decided to flake on you to go to the Roval.
Folks, let's be... Oh, no. It was the opposite way. Let's get that clear.
But a fantastic episode, folks. It was really good. Had a lot of fun recording this week's episode, so go check it out. I noticed when we have more fun recording them, I know when you were guest co-hosting there for a couple weeks, those episodes were a lot of fun. Those episodes that are fun, I feel like, are the ones that people definitely need to watch. They're all great. They're all great to listen to. They're all great to watch, but Monday night when we recorded, the boys were really humming.
Good times are contagious, Joe.
They are.
You know what I mean? What can I say?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
Tommy, what's your favorite thing to do?
Leave.
What? Favorite thing to do in Las Vegas is leave.
Okay, I've been able to walk around Vegas with my friends before, specifically at night, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. Just as long as you're with people and you're walking around and having a good time. I mean, it's not really the city for me, but it has some qualities that make it entertaining for a night on the town, at least.
Not a big gambler?
No,
No.
I'm too smart for that.
Too smart for it or not smart enough?
Low calme, low calm B.
Working lap 29 of 90, second caution of the night, first natural caution of the night.
Now, when it comes to racing at Las Vegas, I'm all in. Find me at the high roller table, Joe, because I'm always gambling here.
Oh, you just said you don't like to bet. You don't like to gamble.
No, but I sure do on the racetrack because I am smart at that. I know I can win.
Are you, though?
Well, it hasn't worked out for a couple of years now, but I'm sure at some point it will.
Like I always say, if we were any good, we'd be out there on track. But you'll be out there on track when the U.S. Royal Cup Series returns in the spring. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong.
Hey, that could be pretty exciting. I mean, that's going to be a fun opportunity to see a little bit of a different perspective as compared to last season at Las Vegas. I know that was one of our first races of that season, and
Crazy one.
It was a crazy one indeed. Now I get to be part of the craziness on the racetrack. Should be a whole lot of fun.
Can't wait to talk to you throughout that season, but really excited to be able to talk with these boys here at All-Star Racing here tonight because the playoffs have been hotly contested. There's been some tempers flaring. These guys here tonight trying to keep it cool out here in the desert in Las Vegas. Tyler Hunter going to lead them back to green. Nick Curry there in second. Dave Chin in third. Randy Wall at fourth here for the restart coming at you at lap 31 of 90. Back underway.
Hunter in that 70 car, he made a good move on Billy Bob WB up there in the 6 car to take this lead, and now he's got to have the job of keeping the lead. A little up the racetrack out of turn number 2. Nick Curry following him behind him, but not close enough to make any moves. So Tyler Hunter in that 70 team looks like they have found a little bit of speed this week here.
Randy Wall was looking to the inside of DC88 there for third. Chin in that 88 car able to hold on to the position. A lot of guys getting loose off of turn number 4 here early in the run as Nick Curry looks to the inside of Tyler Hunter for the lead.
Curry's in there, and I feel like he might kind of be waiting a little bit till
Traveling around off the back straightaway. Involved is Jeremy Menifee. Car sliding in. Billy WB hard into the inside wall.
Oh no.
Heavy contact on the front of that 6 car. But caution is out here once again.
Well, the back was already pretty torn up on that Busch Light Ford Fusion. Mustang. We're in modern day. But boy, the front taking a lick there.
Like the 68 gets up in the yucky stuff there outside of the track. Comes off the corner
man.
Really loose.
Yeah, it was almost, it almost kind of looked instant. And just such a snap oversteer moment on clean reg that could be the result of a lot of things. Tires going on you, some debris that gets you loose. Maybe the setup was just off a little bit. Oh, you know what I'm seeing now in the replay there? It started a little bit earlier there, just trying to save it and couldn't.
On board with the 60 or the 98 with the visor cam. You see the 68 spinning up there in front. Look at this job that Craig does in the 98. Avoids the 3. Back it down. Avoids the 68. Wonderful piece of driving there from Hartlip in that 98 car.
Yeah, absolutely. He also had a bunch of smoke pouring in his face as well. Hard to see, but that's the beauty of brakes, Joe. You use those in an accident more often than not, you're not going to be involved.
No
Good heads
Gen,
up drive.
no Gen Joe Cobbs here in the All-Star Racing Cups here. Too,
Yeah,
too soon?
Well, no, I don't think so. I'm currently wearing my Fast hoodie, courtesy of Parker Clearman's Top 5 at Watkins Glen. And, yeah, I mean, I'm just a little bitter over that still.
You and Davey both.
Yeah.
Curry and Hunter rustling each other's feathers a little bit there up front. Don't know if I'm the leader. I'm taking too kindly to that.
Well, I don't want him. I know how sensitive these cars are aerodynamically. I don't want anybody touching me throughout the race. And I know Joseph Weaver loves to do that. He loves to get up right on my rear quarter panels and bump me around.
Dude,
during, pace me.
I remember a super speedway race. He was 2 laps down. He was blocking me. Made no sense.
You better watch it because I'll tell you, if he gives me damage doing that one day, oh boy.
It's gonna be over for him, isn't it?
I may not be finishing the race, but I'm going to make sure he doesn't either.
Hey, you just gotta back it up. Like Kevin Harvick kind of did this past weekend.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
Well,
I mean, I know neither of us are big Kevin Harvick guys, right?
I'm not a big Kevin Harvick guy, but I'm a bigger don't like Chase Elliott guy.
Yeah.
And basically my takeaway is, I mean, Harvick messed up and totally Chase got in Harvick's head in turn number 1. But ultimately, going to the incident before that, I'm bummed that Chase Elliott wasn't out because of that, because unfortunately he made the next round.
Fortunately, I still look at that incident, and we talked about this again on the Fake Racers podcast this week. I don't know. When Harvick sent Chase around, I mean, I saw it more as a guy not cutting another guy a break, as Chase kind of chops down in the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to make something out of nothing in the sense that it was intentional. I don't think it wasn't like he dumped him,
Yeah,
but
like Chase tried to do.
But right, I mean, he wasn't gonna just let off for this guy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, wasn't gonna cut him a break, and that's something you do with guys that maybe you have some beef with, right?
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to not cut them breaks.
Yep. I saw it more as that, but of course, Harvick dumped him on purpose, and everyone's giving Harvick credit for actually following through.
Of course.
You know, and then they're yelling at him how stupid he is or something. I don't know. Can't wait for Martinsville.
All will be decided.
We'll put
some things to rest there for sure.
Put some things to rest. We're going to put this yellow flag to rest here. Going to be coming back to green with about 5 laps to go in the stage. Tyler Hunter, Nicholas Curry, Dave Chin, Randy Wall, Mike Ireland, your top 5. Too fast Todd Prim there in the 47, back in 6th. Ryan Johnson 7th. Arkin in the 222 in 8th. 9th, and run out your top 10. It's Todd Wilson in that number 11 M&M's Toyota. Field makes their way off of turn number 4. Hunter with control in that number 70 Cincinnati Chevrolet Camaro. And we're back down and away. Green flag once again from Las Vegas.
Good start there for Curry, right on that back bumper of Hunter. Remember, single file restarts here. Definitely changes the dynamic a little bit. Helps the leader out. You don't have someone breathing down the side of your neck, but they are going to be right behind your neck. And well, for Tyler Hunter, he's definitely feeling it there from Curry. Look at Randy Wadley inside of Dave Chin in third.
He tried to make that move work last time. I think Chin might have hit that bump, Tommy.
Oh boy, he really got out of shape there and had to get out of the gas, losing a lot of spots. Man, that 88, it's incredible he was able to save that car. Of course, the wall helped him save it a little bit, but either way, you know.
Did you see the smoke?
Oh yeah, to hang on to it, even with hitting the wall. Pretty impressive driving there.
A lot of cars looking really loose right now.
Yeah, that 59 of, I believe that's Ryan Johnson, the Buffalo Wild Wings Chevrolet. He's looking to make up some ground. Didn't start too well, but he's got some places to make up.
Gonna give an assist to this 47 as he tries to get around the 00 of Mike Ireland. Todd Prim gonna get that done. Too fast, Todd.
cars everywhere on this straightaway, Joe. You think we were on a restart lap, but we're a couple laps in now.
We're coming to the end of the stage, and that's where the points window opens, and some of these guys further on back are in need of those points. Remember, folks, drivers with the yellow around their number are playoff drivers. As long as the graphics department updated the graphics, and it looks like they did.
Hunter hanging on to that stage lead so far. 2 to go in stage number 2. Nick Curry looks to the inside, taking a little bit of a shorter line around that trioval portion of the track. Hunter hanging on to that lead. Randy Waugh now kind of in the picture there in 3rd place.
Well, if there's contact between these two or one of them slips up, Waugh will be ready to pounce on it. They go through turns 3 and 4. Curry, again, trying to get a good run off the corner. We've seen him continue to make those moves to the inside here through the tri-oval, cutting the tri-oval. Side by side down into 1. Never mind, they're not.
Almost looked like it. Nick Curry really using that kind of lower line to try and get just a nose in to that 70 car underneath of it. Because if he could, although he could probably get that position, but doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. Coming around turn 4 for the end of stage 2, the 70 of Tyler Hunter, gonna get the stage win. Oh, and then get turned.
Oh, no!
Oh my goodness, the 70 car sliding back down the track. Drivers taking evasive action, they don't hit him, but contact between Curry and Hunter following the stage number 2 completion.
Curry just came up the track and cleaned him out.
Oh boy. Well, that's going to be an interesting storyline to follow. I'm sure Hunter's not too happy about that. Tyler did a good job getting that lead and holding on to it, and you just hope that car doesn't have too much damage.
Do worry about dialing up the driver that 70 because they are going to be... That whole crew is not going to be too pleased.
It's going to make good TV, Joe. Tell you that much.
It's going to make great TV. Field pacing behind the pace car. We are in stage numero 3, the final stage of the night. Nick Curry has the lead. Coming down the pit lane. Have a feeling he will most likely have a penalty here. Everyone coming on down.
Like we mentioned towards the top of the show here, definitely going to have to pit one more time in stage 3, whether that's under a yellow flag or possibly green flag pit stops. So keep that in the back of your mind because that could really determine who gets to win this race, just how well you get in and off of pit road, who practice it. Because, man, you can make up or lose a lot of time on pit lane.
And we've seen it. We saw it during that stage caution. We saw a lot of guys losing spots, gaining spots. That's what helped Tyler Hunter get the lead there. He's restarted in 2nd. Race off pit road. Curry gonna win it. Randy Waugh, Ryan Johnson, Todd Wilson, Tyler Hunter, HUD, Too Fast Todd, Arkin, Ireland, Menifee, Artlip, Billy Bob, Slingshot. There are a couple there at the end that I missed. Dave Chen, dominator in that 99, and the 68 staying out. Well, Tommy, I think it might be time to dial up the driver of that number 70.
Well, let's see what he has to say. And here he is, stage 2 winner, Tyler Hunter. First and foremost, of course, congratulations on the stage victory, but talk to us about what happened there. After taking that green and white checkered flag, is the car okay?
Yeah, I think so. They just beat on it a little bit. I just slowed up a little faster than Nick did, and he just ran into the back of me there. But I think we should be okay. They only beat on it for like 3 seconds, so I think we should be good.
So you're saying there's not going to be a Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick level gift here tonight? Darn it.
No, we're fine.
Well, Tyler, I'm glad to hear it because it's that the round of 16 was really tough for you in the 70 team. It seemed like you had a lot of speed, just a lot of the time in the wrong place at the wrong time. Tonight, we've seen that, right? Wrong place, wrong time, but do you think you can rally here tonight with it kind of happening in the early portion of the race?
Yeah, I think so. This thing's pretty fast, so as long as I stay out of trouble from here on out, I think we should be good. I just need some long green flag runs here, so I think we should be all right.
I was going to say it was a fantastic drive all the way from 5th to the lead there to win stage number 2. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us during this little intermission. Congratulations on the stage win, and go get him here in the final stage.
All right, thanks, guys.
Tyler Hunter, driver of the number 70 Cincinnati Chevrolet.
Well, good to hear there's no too hard feelings out there. Doesn't seem like the car's too badly damaged either, so that 70's fast, and let's hope it stays that way. Gonna be quite the show to watch him make his way back up through the field for sure.
I wanted some beef. It's what's for dinner.
Pace car lights are out, so we will be going back green this time. And when we go back green, a little over halfway through this race now. And these drivers still, there's some of them are saving fuel, they are clutching, but they probably won't have that opportunity to go without stopping again. That's definitely something on everybody's radar at this point.
And it's not a situation, folks, where these guys are going to be able to maybe save the fuel like we've seen in recent weeks. They're going to have to just push, come down the pit lane, bite the bullet, and hope they don't make a mistake. Whether it be speeding, missing the pit entry line, or all of the above. They're going to have to execute here throughout the rest of the event for the next 43 laps. That's what we'll call it. Looks like 43. Sounds like 43. Tastes like 43.
Smells like 43.
It's a 43. Nick Gurry, though, ready to lead us back to the green here for the start of the final stage. Down and away we go. Green flag. We're back underway from Las Vegas.
Well, all right. Definitely keep your eyes on that 70 team, as well as the 11 of Todd Wilson. We haven't talked about him in a while. That's because they've been kind of mired back in the field, had a transponder issue.
Car around at the back, Tommy. It's Slingshot.
Oh.
Car around on the back straightaway. It's Dominator.
That's going to bring out the yellow. Quick yellow there. Really quick to finish up on Todd Wilson. Fell out of the server, had to come back in. Lost all his track position, so he's got a tough road ahead of him to get back towards the front.
You saw what happened there with the 12. Just got loose on the entry of the corner. Happens with this 99. Let's see. Oh, he's going to get run into the back of. And Landy Pavlin making some contact in that 68 Lexus. I thought Lexus and Toyota, they were partners.
Well, think about back in the day when you had, Pontiac and Chevy, that kind of thing.
Sibling rivalry.
Yeah. Within the giant umbrella.
General Motors. Gosh, how many brands have they?
A lot.
Oldsmobile,
And
Pontiac.
I have my quarrels with some.
Saturn. You remember Saturn?
Of course I remember Saturn.
What else?
Who would forget Saturn?
Who else am I forgetting? I mean, Hummer was its own brand at one point, right? Was Eagle? Was that
I don't
Falcon
know.
or?
I should see who Eagle was from.
That was Chrysler.
Okay, there you go. I know Geo was part of GM. It only lasted 8 years. So,
Well, you know. What a wonderful 8 years it was.
absolutely. Unforgettable. Tonight, the action's been unforgettable, too. We've seen, boy, a really great start there from our 6 of Billy WB, who was on pole, won stage number 1, and then at the beginning of stage 2, had big-time problems. He's back up to 6th place for now, though, so it looks like that 6 team not completely out of it.
Back end tore up, though.
Yeah, he's frowning a little bit back there.
Needs to turn that frown upside down.
And of course, at the conclusion of stage number 2, our winner, Tyler Hunter and that 70 team, just getting the wrong way a little bit there into the wall, but not too bad of damage. They look to make their way back up through the field in this one. But right now, it's Nick Curry out front. He's going to lead this field to green when we go back racing here. Still probably got another lap of pacing before we get there. And
I was like, wait a minute, am I too far behind?
no, yeah, we're still waiting a little bit here. But man, let me tell you, this race has kind of gone pretty quickly. We have not seen the number of cautions compared to a typical race, really. There's been a lot of green flag running, and it's been good for, I know, like Tyler Hunter, he's really appreciated all those long green flag runs.
Well, and Tommy, you know what the fans at home can really appreciate?
What's that, Joe?
Using code JTN at checkout at CircleBDiecast.com for free shipping on their order of $20 or more. CircleBDiecast.com is your home for all your racing-related memorabilia needs. Right now, you can head on over to CircleBDiecast.com. Again, you use that code JTN at checkout. You'll receive free shipping, a value of $10 or more, depending on how big your order is. You'll receive that free shipping. You'll also help support us here on JTN. Use that code CircleBDiecast.com. Code JTN at checkout. Free shipping on your order of $20 or more. You used that code, Sammy, on your pre-order of Kyle Larson's Las Vegas race win diecast from earlier this year. I've used it a couple times, most notably today for Bubba Wallace's Talladega win. Great code. Great website. CircleBDiecast.com.
Oh, so close to me using it again for Tyler Reddick's inaugural victory diecast. That Lenovo car was gorgeous.
It was
Oh, my
beautiful.
goodness.
I don't know if they're offering it. I can't recall if they...
Probably not. He probably would have had to win. So,
I have a Lenovo laptop, actually.
there you go.
Great.
I know
great
they've got a
piece.
presence around Raleigh. So,
That makes sense. Base car is off as we're talking nonsense. Nick Curry about to get back to business here in Sin City. Green flag, we're back underway here from Las Vegas.
how about Randy Waugh? He's got himself up in second place on this restart here. Didn't get the best restart, but that 21 team, you know, they looked pretty quick early on. They had a good stage number 2, but we saw them really fall off towards the end, maybe using up too much of their tires towards the end of that initial stage, but looks like they're figuring it out, though.
I keep seeing smoke getting thrown up from some of these cars in the corners, Tommy. Are they hitting bumps?
They could be hitting bumps. They could just be getting a little loose. You saw that 21.
Oh,
Waugh, we
Ryan
just talked
Johnson
about
around
it.
through the grass. Believe we're going to stay green.
Yeah, I see green still on those lights on the side of the track, so ooh, tough break there for the 59 team, but the car is righted and away we go.
There's a replay of it. Just goes for a spin cycle through the grass. Splitter stays on it.
How about that? And through all this, we talked a little bit about HUD earlier in the show,
Buddy.
but that
Sorry, Dave Chin. Big moment there through the center of the corner. I was waiting for that 88 to be around and away. We talked about Tyler Hunter.
And we talked about HUD as well, that 4 car. Really doing a nice job here up in 3rd. They've had a lot of tough luck these past couple weeks, but man, they figured it out so far. I don't want to jinx them because I did last week. I probably did the week before as well. At least for now, it's looking pretty good there, sitting in 3rd place.
Looking pretty gnarly, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Barkin going by the 6 of Billy WB. Billy Bob for position. 222 up into 4th, our highest non-playoff driver.
Gotta say, I'm pretty surprised with how Billy's been able to hang on to that 6 after all that damage. You know, usually, we've talked about it before, but when you get a lot of rear end damage like that, it really upsets the car as far as the handling. It's really, really loose off these corners, and we've seen guys already have problems being loose on the corner exits throughout the night, and for him to be able to hold on to that thing, really, really impressive. Not just to hang on, but also to have good speed now. Still in that top 5, running in 5th place.
And if he's starting to stalk that 6th, 04 position. At 3 car, he was strong at Darlington. He was... But the last couple weeks, Tommy, it just seems like they haven't had the speed.
Yeah, they've fallen off a little bit, not really been where they want to be, and they've got to get to it. Tonight's a good step in the right direction, though. You know, he's been towards this front half of the field and has stayed out of trouble for the most part. I think maybe just involved in one incident, got sideways in, but other than that, it's been a fairly clean night. That's the kind of consistent runs you want to put together going forward.
Crash in turn 1, it's Pavlin. Hard contact with the rear end of that race car to the outside retaining wall. He went for a spin down onto the apron. Never a good combination. Now the rear end of that 68 is well, it's frowning. If there's any contact, might have been some contact with the 47 of Todd Pribb. Helicopter cam. Yeah, 68 got a little loose there on the exit of the tri-oval. He is now driving by the EMS truck on the back straightaway. ASMR, sure. AMR safety team.
Yeah, that's something you don't see every day. A driver taking it straight to the infield there. On the other side of the racetrack.
I don't see any fans down there.
No,
but if they were...
Like, at least they got that fence there. Just in case there were some.
They'd be getting a good look at that 68. Oh, he just drove through the post.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's taking it to the garage.
Meanwhile, near to the garage is the pit lane, and everybody's coming out here getting service. You know, we suspected at some point everybody would have to come down, whether would that be under green or yellow flag conditions. Looks like it's going to be under yellow, and we've got a little bit of strategy, I think, here, Joe. Some guys look like they rolled the dice and took 2.
And I think that... I don't think it was some guys. I think it was only one. The 12 is Slingshot. Comes off the pit lane first. I think there might have been 2 tires on that USAA Pontiac.
I believe you're right, and for that team, I know they've struggled in recent weeks, but maybe just doing something to jolt the system, turn things around. This could be it. And what a great track to do that at, too. This is where you want to go if you want to roll the dice.
Hey, you win the race, too. There's a couple ways to make some more money out here in Vegas.
Or lose it all.
Well, we like to stay positive here at JTN. I'm on a hot streak NASCAR betting of 1 race, but on a hot streak nonetheless.
1 is a streak compared to 0.
Would have had Bristol, too, if it wasn't for Chase Elliott, but that's a different story for another day. Never bet on drivers you don't like, because they won't win when you need them to. Thanks, Kevin Harvick.
And even if they did, where's the fun in that?
The money.
Oh, yeah.
We play it safe, Tommy. We only gamble like $1.
Yeah.
No, we're not when we come out to Vegas here at JTN. We're not at the high roller table.
Only risk where you can afford to lose.
Exactly.
Well, this is going to definitely be an interesting experiment to see how Slingshot is able to hang on. with 2 tires. He also might be coming down pit road. He is. Looks like they're going to think twice about that.
I wonder if maybe it's just trying to lead a lap.
And that could definitely be it. And indeed, they did do that. So mission accomplished for that 12 team. So put Nick Curry back in the lead. Randy Wall lining up second and Hud in third.
Is it Tarleton Construction or Tarleton Concrete? What's the difference? I got it.
Go for it. What you got? I can't see. My eyes are terrible, and you know that.
Tarleton and Frame.
That sounds like construction to me.
It does.
So there you go.
Their website, they have a little video of Kyle Larson doing, or somebody, I'm assuming it's Kyle Larson, a dirt midget driving around.
Well, there you go.
Nicholas Curry, though, hoping to do that Tarleton and Sons company proud here tonight with a win in Las Vegas, unlike what Kyle Larson could do a few weeks ago in the Cup Series. Curry with control here on the restart. Watt in second. We're green flag. We're back underway.
Great jump there for Curry. Really pulling away from Randy Waugh on that start there. He was on it on that one. Meanwhile, back to the back, they're shuffling around for positions.
Tyler Hunter on the outside of Mike Ireland. Car got a little loose there on him. He's up in the marbles. It's really loose up there. Todd Wilson into the outside wall. The struggle continues for the driver of the number 11 here tonight. Hunter, though, side by side with Menifee. Now side by side with Too Fast Todd.
Yeah, it looks like this outside middle groove here is just not really the place to be tonight, especially on these restarts. Everybody who's been up there just seems like they're getting loose up into the wall, something like that happening to them, and doesn't look like the place you want to be. Hunter, you know, it's at the start there, made a little bit of ground. Shin getting real loose. He manages to hang on to it once again. Incredible save.
Menifee to the inside of Mike Ireland for the 5th position. Gonna make that pass and move on through up back inside the top 5. Too Fast Todd hard to the outside wall. Big contact there. We stay green. Got loose, hit the apron on corner exit. No one else involved, but heavy damage on the right side of that Chevrolet.
Couple tense moments back here in the pack. A lot of drivers just trying to hang on to their automobiles, keep all 4 wheels pointed the right direction. It's getting pretty tough out there late in the going.
Menifee to the inside of Billy Bob for 4th. Gonna have the straightaway speed here. I would assume Billy
goodness.
Bob big time loose. You do not want to be on the outside of another car coming off of turn number 4.
No, certainly through that trial. Well, it's hard. There's not that much banking there, but it's still a turn, and you can get real loose and out of shape if you're not too careful around there.
You know who else is out of shape?
What's that, Joe?
Me. Anyways,
Indeed.
Hunter to the inside of Billy Bob for position. You gotta say it like that, too. It's more fun that way. Billy Bob.
Billy Bob?
Yeah.
Of course.
Ryan Johnson now to the inside of that 6. That's. I don't think that he needed this needed a long green flag run. I think the six strategy there was kind of the short runs, because they just don't have the speed down the straightaways right now.
Yeah, struggling a little bit. Struggling with that ill-handling race car. But, you know, the guy that said he wanted these longer green flag runs was that 70 of Tyler Hunter, going back to him now up in 6th. Trying to crack into the top 5 once again. We saw him make his way up to lead from one of those spots earlier, and he's still got a long way to go in this race, and a long way to go to get to the front. But with just over 20 laps to go, don't count him out of the question. He's rolling pretty good here, despite the little bit of damage he got after stage number 2 included. I think if it's one thing that I've learned from broadcasting these ASR Cup Series races with you, Joe, never count anybody out. You never know how these races are going to transpire.
There's always a final twist that you don't see coming at the end of these races. Hunter now to the outside of Ireland for the 5th position. 70 trying to move back up inside the top 5. After, like you said, getting involved in that incident at the end of Stage 2 for the start of Stage 3. Ireland going to hold him off, though, for now. Ryan Johnson going to dive to the inside of Hunter. Not going to be there just yet. The 70 will be able to hold him off.
How about Johnson, our winner at Darlington in that 59 car? Trying to make his way back up through the field. It's been a quiet night for that 59. Really haven't made too much noise. But they're running good here at the end when it matters. And they've got time to get there. But boy, they could probably really use a caution to kind of gather things back up and bunch the field together again.
Tense moment there coming off of turn 4. Todd Wilson to the outside of Billy WB. Like Ireland starting to block the 70 of Tyler Hunter through the tri-oval.
Ireland's been on the back foot ever since a couple laps ago in 3 and 4. He went down and touched a little bit of that apron, had to get out of the gas and save that car. That has allowed these two behind him to catch him. Meanwhile, Menifee there in the 3 car able to run away from this battle for 5th.
Menifee is very happy that he's not behind that 00 right now.
Absolutely.
But he likes him being right behind him.
Johnson made the move on Hunter that time by, so put the 59 up to 6th position. Now he's going to take a crack on getting around this 00. Ireland hanging on to it for now. Taking a pretty low exit out of 2 right there. A little bit of a defensive line heading into 3. Going to not have the preferred groove, at least as the entry goes, but being on that bottom looks to be the fastest way around because here comes Tyler Hunter back into the fray.
He makes the pass on Ryan Johnson. Johnson might be tapping out here on trying to find a way around that 00 for now. Hunter with a big run off the corner. He's going to try to get to the outside here coming down the back straightaway because he knows that 00 is not going to give up the bottom.
Yeah, you know he's not going to give up that bottom. It's going to take a mistake out of him to get around him, though. Let's see if Hunter can carry the momentum. He does. Ireland slips up just a little bit, tries to block Johnson in the 59. But Tyler Hunter able to seep through the crack just enough to get that top 5 position. And now he's got 15 laps to go to make some more spots up.
Todd Wilson coming up into the fray for the top 5. They're in that number 11. This is the battle for 6th, though, between Ireland and Johnson. Back up front, it's a big lead for Nicholas Curry over Randy Watt in the 2nd. And then 3rd place HUD in the 4th.
Doing a good job hanging on. Oh, Ireland up into the wall and 1 and 2.
He saves the car.
Got tight there, got loose there. Man, difficult situation with the 00. Unfortunately, it was looking like another good finish for them, but just kind of fell apart here in these last couple laps. A lot of pressure he had to deal with there.
Came into the round with 16 playoff points, so a decent run here, top 10 run will definitely help them, will set them up good for Talladega and the Roval here in the coming weeks.
Todd Wilson able to get around Ryan Johnson. So Wilson now has its sights set on the top 5. That is just ahead of him there in Tyler Hunter.
Slingshot letting these leaders on by, kind of coming down the track. Menifee to his inside, big moment there for the 12. Hunter now to his inside, closing the gap on Jeremy Menifee in the 3.
Now the Jaws music playing just a little bit inside that 3 car. You've seen that 70 once he got around Ireland. He's been creeping up ever so slightly lap after lap to try and get that position away. And truth be told, these guys not too far down the road there from HUD in 3rd place, and of course that all-important final interview position here at JTN.
Gotta finish on podium to talk to the guys here in the booth. I'm Joe, he's Tommy. Closing in on 10 laps to go here from Las Vegas.
We're getting there, Joe. I'm not going to forget this time.
I hope not. It's your whole bit.
Well, here's Nick Curry coming out of turn number 4. Across the line this time, 10 laps to go. And that's right, it's time for the TWB 10 to go. Brought to you by Garden Lights Direct. From porches to patios and more. For all of your outdoor lighting needs, go visit GardenLightsDirect.com. They've got everything you'll want, especially for this Halloween season, Joe. Some fun seasonal lights for the outdoor spaces. Go check it out. GardenLightStrike.com on the web. This has been your TWB 10 to go.
And we saw Nick Curry in the 2 with a huge lead. We go back to this battle right for the top 5, for 4th, for 3rd. All these guys up here trying to get up onto the podium. HUD holding onto that position in the 4 right now out in front.
This is certainly the best battle on the racetrack. 3.3 seconds to the lead for Nick Curry ahead of Randy Waugh. Here comes Menifee to the inside of HUD for 3rd. Let's see if Hunter tries to follow him through. HUD way out of the groove now. Along comes Hunter as well as Wilson.
These guys, they're starting to catch Randy Waugh there in 2nd.
Yeah, just a little bit. We'll see if they have enough time. I think they might have a shot at this thing, as long as they don't get too racy with each other just yet.
They might start getting a little racy with each other.
So far in a line, pretty content with that, but that's going to change, I'm sure, shortly. Here comes Wilson. Actually pushed Hunter through the trial that time and got a little loose from it.
He was telling them to go, you know? He was
Oh,
like,
man.
go.
And Wilson way up the racetrack almost hit that wall. I don't think he did hit it, but he got awfully close right there. A second behind Randy Waugh in 2nd place. These guys, I don't know if they're going to get there. They might start fighting between themselves now.
You have to start fighting because you're scratching and clawing for every point you can get here in the playoffs. It may only be race 1 of the round of 12, but any point is a good point as Hunter goes to the inside of Menifee down the back straightaway. He's not there.
No, not quite. He definitely took a wider exit out of turn number 2. We've seen him do that tonight, certainly. But now it might be just trying to get that better exit to carry that run through the back straightaway. Maybe try and do something in 3 and 4, or right here in 1 and 2. It looks like he might have tried to sneak to the inside, but backed out of it for now. However, saying that, here comes Randy Waugh falling back to these guys and blocking down low.
Menifee gonna go to the outside, back to the inside to block the run from the 70. Things getting crazy as we're battling for 2nd, battling for 3rd, battling for 4th and 5th. Menifee to the outside. Tyler Hunter's around.
Hunter, rolling down the front straightaway on his lid, scraping back down the racetrack with no control over where he goes. Tyler Hunter, unfortunate wreck there towards the end of this thing. He's going to retire from the race.
The bad luck continues for the 70, although let's take a look at the replay. I don't think he thought Wilson was there to his inside.
Yeah, it just didn't look like it, and it was just such a tough situation. I mean, these guys were battling very close. We know they were on, worn tires. We had a lot to deal with there, and just racing hard for those final positions. That's the result. It happens. That's racing. That's part of it, but unfortunate for both those drivers involved.
Never fun to be on your lid, though, going down a straightaway.
No, certainly not.
Well, that changes things a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it looks like Curry's going to come down pit road. Honestly, looked like Randy Waugh was going to try and stay out, but at the very last second decided to follow Curry as HUD stays out, so some differing strategy here. This is the point in the race, Joe, where I think we're going to see a lot of dice being rolled.
What was the line earlier? It's all about how much you're willing to lose, not necessarily how much you're willing to risk.
Well, in that case, I'm sure a couple of these guys who are maybe kind of struggling so far throughout this playoffs are looking to maybe get something back a little bit. They don't have much to lose at that point. But looks like we're seeing 4 tires for everybody pretty much here, Joe, and I'm surprised a little bit. I would have thought we might have had some takers on 2. But unfortunately for HUD, who did stay out, the only car to stay out, he's going to be in a pretty rough position here on the green-white checkered if he doesn't end up pitting.
12 stayed out. The 98 has stayed out. 12 is a lap down. 98's lap down as well. Sorry, you said that, didn't you? Oh, HUD coming down now. Oh, no.
Well, okay, no dice being rolled tonight. I'm surprised.
Once you've
So
been
we-
out there, you can't come back down after.
Yeah, you gotta commit. You gotta commit. And unfortunately, it's gonna cost them a little bit there. But you know, maybe they were just a little bit in, and they said, nope, I can't risk this much. Can't risk losing too much more after they've already had a pretty tough last couple races.
The new round, Tommy. You can't worry about those last couple of races.
You're right, Joe. But I'll tell you this. How about Too Fast Todd in that 47 up there in third? Again, a quiet night. Been involved in, I think, at least one incident tonight, but nothing too major. It's been quiet, but he's found himself here in the top 3 late. Gonna go to a green light checker here shortly. A good opportunity for him to have a good finish tonight. Not in the playoffs, but just a good confidence booster. Have some fun.
I'm having some fun.
Good. I'm having some fun.
We're
It's
gonna-
been quite the race here tonight. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of comers and goers. And it's about to get even more wild here on this final, what could be the final restart. There's no telling.
Hey, we're gonna have some fun on Halloween too. We're gonna have a spooky race.
How about that?
It's gonna be some fun. The night before, I will be with the USRL Retro Series again. October 30th and the 31st, and then a spooky race with the folks over at East Coast Thunder. Bunch of great racing again coming up here on JTN, but right now we're trying to settle who will take home victory in the opening race of the round of 12 here in the All-Star Racing Cup Series playoffs. Nick Curry has had a stranglehold on this race throughout stage number 3, but a late race restart could spell trouble, although last week this too was awesome on the overtime attempt. You like overtime, right? Free racing?
No.
Oh,
No. No, I don't.
why not?
Well, I guess from a commentating point of view, it makes it a little bit interesting.
Alright, that's where I'm going to stop you.
Okay. You know where I'm going to go.
I know where you're going to go. Pace car is off. Nicholas Curry with control here, hoping that this will be the final restart of tonight's event. Overtime number 1 here. Green flag, we're back underway. 2 laps to go.
Well, he's been good on these restarts all night long when he's up in the lead. No different here. Randy Wild's going to have some ground to make up. Meanwhile, a couple positions back here fighting for the top 5. Menifee and Ireland side by side through turns 1 and 2.
There's side-by-side Menifee on the bottom. Ireland to the outside. Ireland going to pull the momentum down the back straightaway, but going to be stuck on that outside as Menifee still on the bottom through 3 and 4.
That outside, not where you want to be, but where you do want to be is in the lead. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Las Vegas for Nicholas Curry.
Field single file throughout. Curry out front, got a little loose there through the center, but has a decent gap back to Randy Waugh. Contact
Oh.
further on back. Menifee into the outside wall. Ryan Johnson in contact there with the 59. Menifee losing positions. He's into the wall again in 3 and 4. 88 getting loose through the corner, but coming off of turn number 4 for the final time here tonight. Checkered flag in the air. Nicholas Curry wins it from Las Vegas.
Big win tonight for Nicholas Curry and that 2 team, not just to really show everybody that they are a serious contender once again, but also locking themselves in to the next round of the playoffs.
We talked with our top 3 drivers after this one. Nicholas Curry, Randy Waugh, and Too Fast Todd. Burn it down, Nicholas Curry, your winner here from Las Vegas. That's 2 in a row for the 2 car.
Yeah, they're looking pretty hot right now, Joe. Like some flaming dice. Snake on.
I'm going to Talladega next week, where I believe Curry won the A-Main Podcast 250 earlier this year here on JTN. Nicholas Curry victorious here tonight. Well, Tommy, we're going to move on to our post-race coverage. You're going to start, those guys start trickling their way into the media center. You'll start wrangling them here into the booth for post-race interviews. Folks, can't thank you enough. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button on the video and subscribe. I don't even think we said it tonight, and you guys did awesome. Keep it up. Appreciate you. We love you. We hope you had a fun time here tonight with us. You have a fun time here tonight?
I had a great time. Absolutely. It was a lot of fun. And boy, we got some hungry drivers to get interviewed here. We're going to pull in Todd Prim first, our third place finisher. And here he is in that number 47. Todd, our third place finisher tonight. Well done for you. Coming kind of late in the race here, almost out of nowhere. Late in the going here, holding on for that third place. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. It's a hard battle.
Yeah, talk about tonight's race, Todd, because if you weren't inside the top three, or maybe, the last guy on the field, it was a battle out there. Everyone was so aggressive, throwing blocks, making big moves to corners. Was it fun out there? Was it a little nerve-wracking? What was it like tonight?
My old car, it was hooked up pretty good. Just trying to get good runs every lap. And once I hit something in 3 and 4, and it just shot it up into the wall. Got some damage. Never did get it fixed. And this last caution come up. I said, well, I'm just taking a gamble, see what happens. Turned out pretty good.
That's what we love to hear. I was telling Joe all night long about the best place to do some gambling, roll the dice, is here at Las Vegas, and you hit the jackpot once again. Good move there for that whole team on strategy, and a nice third place finish tonight.
Yes, sir. And thanks to y'all for hosting and having a good time.
You're welcome. We appreciate you guys here at All Star, and Todd, thanks for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Before we let you go, though, anyone else you want to shout out?
Thanks to all the fast competitors out there showing up. Had a good lineup, man. Good to see them.
Can't agree more with that, Todd. Congratulations once again, third place run here tonight. Good luck next week at Talladega.
Yes, sir.
Too fast, Todd. Todd Prim, third place finisher here tonight. Tommy, we bring it in next.
Well, that's going to be our second place finisher, Randy Waugh. And the 21 team, they had a very good night tonight. And here is that driver of the 20 run, Randy Waugh, up here. Second place tonight. A great run for you pretty much all night long. Congratulations on second place here at Las Vegas.
Oh, thank you very much. Man, it was tough. That number 2 car was fast. I just couldn't keep up with him. About halfway through the run, my right front tires start wearing out, and I'd back off so I could make it to the end of the run.
Talk about the end of that run there that we looking like we were going to end the race on. Those guys, you got that good gap to the rest of the field, right? Sitting there in second, you're running comfortable, and I think that kind of plays into the question I was going to ask, so I'm going to word it maybe a little bit differently. But when you saw those guys coming in your mirror, what defense mechanisms were you going to start to take?
Yeah, I saw them coming from way back. My right front tire was just worn out, and I thought, well, I'm just going to stay low. They're going to have to pass me high, and that's what I did. And luckily for me, the caution came out, because I think next lap or two, they probably would have gotten me.
Caution came out, and you got another good restart there for overtime. What more did you need maybe to get around that 2 car? Because you had a lot of speed on the short run. It just like that 21 car, just like you said, it wasn't good on as good.
Yeah, this Crimson Tide Dodge is pretty good there for the short run. Like I said, the right front tire would wear a little bit. I don't really think I had anything for Nick. I tried to get him at the beginning, and I could stay with him for a few laps, but man, he had a jump every time. I couldn't even get a jump on him off the start.
Well, got a good jump start on this round of 12 with a second place finish here tonight. Randy, you came into tonight 5 points to the good. Have to think that is going to be a little bit more coming out of Las Vegas. That's got to feel good with Talladega and the Roval looming, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. I've had a fast car almost every week, but some unfortunate event seemed to happen. I just couldn't stay out of trouble or something, and uh, I couldn't finish the race. Or like last week at Bristol, I didn't even get 12 laps in before I got out of the race. So yeah, I'm thankful for that, and looking forward to Talladega and the Roval. I'm not bad there, but Nick and Todd are really good there. But I'm hoping I can just hang with them for a little bit there.
Hey, you just gotta keep up these fast cars. Eventually, like tonight, they're gonna start leading to these good finishes, and those good finishes always eventually lead into the victories. Randy, thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Before we let you go, the floor is yours. I know you got people, sponsors to thank. Now it's time to do so.
Thank you, Joe. I want to thank you for putting this on. Thank ASR for letting me race. And I want to thank my family, my sons Christian and Corey, and my grandkids Asa, Asher, and Adrian. Just want to do a shout out to them. I hope they're watching tonight. But we got a pretty good finish, and I'm hoping we can keep it going. Thanks again, Joe.
Randy, thank you for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Glad to see, too, you came back. You had a great run after a tough last couple weeks. Hopefully the boys in Crimson Tide on the gridiron will be able to do that again this week.
I'm hoping so. Roll Tide, roll.
Randy, thanks for taking the time to talk with us again. Congratulations. And good luck next week at Talladega.
Thank you, Joe. See you.
Randy Waugh, driver the number 21, Alabama Crimson Tide Dodge. We now bring in tonight's race winner. He sipped the champagne. He's done all the things down in Victory Lane, so now he's got to do the last obligation for the night. Talking with us here on JTN, driver the number 2, Mr. Nicholas Curry. Yeah, a race, huh?
Yeah, it was something.
Let's talk about that incident there at the end of the season. I think it's what everyone wants to know about, because we here on TV like to start drama, and we tried to start it, and Tyler didn't let us, so kudos to him. But what happened there?
Yeah, that was my bad. I apologize to him. Coming to the end of the stage, usually they'll throw the caution, and Nelson, we raced back until all of the people that are eligible for stage points crossed the line, and I didn't really lift right away, and Tyler did, and we made contact after we took the caution. So it was just a miscommunication on our end, and it was completely my fault. But I felt really bad about that, and talked to Tyler about it. So we're good, but just a mistake on my end.
Well, enough of the sappy stuff then, because let's talk about tonight's race, because you absolutely dominated the end of this one, led 48 laps on the night. Why was that 2 car so fast?
This place is just fun to drive, man. I like to keep it down by the white line, and it's just a track that fits my style. But Tyler was really fast. He was probably up there with me, and Todd, didn't really get to see him tonight, but he's always fast here, and we always look forward to battling each other. So.
Hey, I'd still take a race win without having to battle anyone any day of the week. I'd do that. But we talked about it at the open of our show about how this round it has 2 wild cards instead of 1 in it, right? It has Talladega next week and the Roval at the end of the round. Does this ease anything? I know you came into this round 39 points, playoff points to the good, so you had a decent chunk on the cutoff line, but does it does it help now knowing that you're going to be locked into the round of 8 with the victory here tonight?
Oh, absolutely, because anything can happen at Talladega. But now that you have a cushion and you don't have to worry about anything, it'll be a good opportunity, and it'll be a good relief to know that I'm locked in. So I'm going to go in there and try to get as many points as I can next week.
Gonna go in there, hopefully maybe get some more stage points, some more playoff points, Nick. But sounds like a good strategy. I mean, that's the strategy I would take. But congratulations once again on the victory here tonight, 2 in a row now. But before we let you go, you know the drill. Floor is yours.
Alrighty. So first off, I'll thank you guys for coming in. Putting on a good show for us. We always appreciate you guys coming in here, and Nelson for doing a great job officiating every race and managing the league, and everyone that put this thing together. So, and again, apologies to Tyler.
Nah, he's good. It's okay. You can tell us you meant to do it. It's fine.
Nah, we're good. But
Nick, congratulations once again on the victory here tonight, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Good luck next week at Talladega.
Yep, thank you. Go Buckeyes.
Go Blue. Nicholas Curry, driver of the number 2. Tommy always has to do that. I like start warming up to him through those interviews, and then he has to do that at the end, and it just ooh, ouchie. But tonight at Las Vegas, saw some guys rolling dice there at the end. Obviously, Todd in the 47 told us, took the 2 tires, got him track position, got him a 3rd place finish here tonight. But next week at Talladega, these guys, I don't want to be taking too many risks.
Yeah, I mean it's a place where things can go. They can go well for you, but the danger is they can also go really, really bad. So I've been on the side of that more often than not. So you got to be very careful how you go about that race. If you stay out of trouble and you're there at the end, chances are you're going to be okay. But it's getting there. That's the hard part.
It's always hard to get to the end of those super speedways, but once you're there, like you said, you got the chance to win no matter where you are in the field. And that one's going to be a great one, folks. So you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed to us right here on the JTN YouTube, youtube.com/JoeTowNetwork. You can also head over to our Twitter at JoeTowNetwork and our Facebook, facebook.com/JoeTowNetwork, to stay up to date with all the content we post here. We always post different links to some previous races before events and whatnot to maybe give you a little bit of a refresher. So make sure you're checking out our social media as well as us right here on YouTube. But we can't thank you enough, as always, for all your support, all the love we get. Means so much to us because we've been, Tommy and I and Ricky, we've been really plugging away at this, and we hope to continue to bring you the best product we can, and hopefully it's the best product on the web for NR 2003 broadcast, if not all of sim racing broadcasting. But folks, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. For Bristol, our producer, for Tommy Bordeaux, I've been Joe Twansky. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday night, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're gonna be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're gonna be. Oh, Africa! Wide!
Who is that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's gonna be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.